saddle. The razzling, dazzling satchel page of rap pitching, smacking you in the back of the million with black pistols till you gasp and scream out, please, don't smack me with it anymore, mister. After that, it gets more sicker. Cause when the hammer blow like Satchmo with a saxophone, your man and them gonna have to pack you back to where you came from. A satchel niggas. A natural nigga don't never try to test them. I ain't mad at you, nigga. Leave you in a mess. And I'm gonna leave the rest of that to be continued. Boy, you niggas. Well, I am from the Os Honda family of rap. Nigga be like, what is the Os Honda family? The nigga start hanging your eyes. Tell you about the Asa Hola. They punish on them. No Asa Hola. Pause. Yeah. Now let's get busy, niggas. So now, well, this getting interesting. Look, man, I was walking yesterday, bro. I walked by this lady crib and she was jamming a country song. Show you how music is a spirit. She was jamming a country song. Did y'all like that, by the way? That was pretty decent. Taste. I don't know. Niggas like to sneak these songs up. So a lot of my shit, I just want to really wait. I can just get somewhere and put it down and trademark it and all that. I wouldn't need it. Don't touch my shit. I don't bullshit about it, right? Anyway, man, look. So I walked by. I heard a song. I thought it was another. I thought it was one song. I thought it was 2:15, I need you now, and all that shit or whatever. I forgot the name of that song. But it wasn't. Anyway, I kept on going. I bullshit you not. A couple hours later on that night, yesterday night, I was sitting in the car. And I know this is a fucking chart topping. They can go anyway. Country and blues is not too far from each other. I don't know if I want to take it to, man, this fucking chorus I came up with, I know for sure. I'll probably go country with it. But I was just thinking, I said, maybe I should, look, my mom was a big blues fan. That's why I need to start me a little ritual where every Friday, I think I'm going to start listening to blues on Fridays. I think I'm gonna start doing that, designate certain days or certain genres of music just to get back into the, because like I say, man, that penitentiary beat, it kind of fucked my music vibe up. That shit does something to your spirit. You have to rebuild yourself and shit. But I'm becoming more, I'm getting back to my the type of receptivity I had towards music as a young youth is coming back. That's what I've been trying to do. That's why a lot of shit I haven't even listened to over the last 10, 11 years and shit, because it's probably better that way. But like I said, when you going through rough times, like I said, sometimes some shit will come out and I'll be like, you know what, I'll wait till I'm doing, I don't want to, you can't do this with everything. You can't just put your head in the ground, but certain shit I'd rather wait till I'm more in a receptive mode so I can receive it better. Just a little thing around this. But anyway, yeah, man, so we back in action, man. Where were we? So now I found it interesting that all this Peter talk I've been up to, that in the middle of all that, Big was killed at the Peterson Museum. That's how you know this nigga's in the building. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to do too, which is relevant. You know, Pimp. I tell y'all I'm gonna give Blues, you know, right? Give backwards is big. Now, not Miss Pimp by Pinch. because he was on one unit, but then when that what was that hurricane? Not I think it was Hurricane Ike. One of them hurricanes hit. Uh, like I said, they started shifting people around. He ended up on the unit I was on, and then the unit I was about to go to. Then when I got there, he had already left. And niggas was like, man, Pimp was just over here. Woo, woo, woo. So I found that interesting. I think Pimp was going through something. Tell me something like with Mike. When Mike was like, and this is relevant too because before I remember I told you I went to Michael's unit on the holdover when we had to vacate our facility, guest unit or whatever. I both went, but we went from there. We went from first left guest is another pension across called Styles. We went over there because what we was at is made like a aluminum and shit, so that shit ain't sturdy. Styles is a brick building, so we went to Styles for like a couple of about a good 12 hours or something. Then they start shipping us to other units or whatever. And I ended up at Michael's unit, and I ended up at Gil Lewis. I was at Michael's unit for like 2 weeks or whatever, and then they shipped us from over there to me to Gil Lewis. But I was at Michael's unit or whatever, and one thing I noticed right before Mike passed, they said all he was really doing was sleeping. They said the propofol, he was taking a lot of propofol to all he really wanted to do was sleep. That's how I remember it being said to me. And I could relate to. I know what he was going through. He was tired. They was probably in that dream world, a dreamland or whatever. Yeah, he'd been through so much shit or whatever. And all these niggas talking about him and shit. This fucking one of them Beastie Boy guys. Man, I can't remember how it happened. That nigga called Mike Wacko Jacko. Now the Beastie Boys were Jewish guys. He called Mike Wacko Jacko. I can't remember which one it was. But he died after that. Right after that. Let's get you niggas think this shit is some game. But the nigga died after that, bro. Or the white boy died after that. I'm gonna show you how disrespectful motherfuckers are. And that's age, that's battling. Mike went off on the Jews. He's Jewish, so he has no respect for the man. I think this was after he passed too. I don't even think this was. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I think if it was after he passed, that was really some bullshit. But I know he did say that. I can't remember what talk show though, TV show I seen on the talk show though. Yeah, so he gets no love, y'all. I don't play that shit. The Beastie Boys. Where's my light? He had a few little hits and shit, but even them niggas kind of, or they when they start getting older, they shit became more. And I heard that one song they came out with. This one song they came out with after their heyday. That was alright. It didn't really sound like hip hop, but it's more electronic type shit. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. But with Pimp, same shit. We're not the same shit, but I can relate because when I got a little nigga was like, man, Pimp. Niggas exaggerate. That's part of the point I'm trying to make. Niggas be exaggerating, man. That boy Pimp, man. He was out here, he was on pills out here, pills had him looking bad out here, some shit, talking about in the jailhouse and shit. Now, you know, I take shit with a grain of salt when niggas talking because niggas exaggerate shit. And I wasn't there, so I don't know what the fuck was happening. But I'm willing to bet you he probably was on some type of medication. Like, he probably was on the stop sign. Them motherfuckers, there was some bad motherfuckers. I took one of them home. I was like, I think that's what it was. I said, yeah, I'm good. Fuck that. Put a nigga down. But when you're in there, you have a tendency to want to sleep a lot to get I can't remember how much time he did, but you can't sleep your time on and shit. But I can relate. That's how I was when my first few years in. But I used to just sleep. You try to sleep through that bullshit. You know. But I think that's what it was with him. Cause he probably was used to sipping all that shit in the world. Then he went to the jailhouse and shit. Like, man, fuck this shit. And that bit. Some nigga probably caught him on. It probably could have been one time he was probably popping holes in the day room and been all night or something or some shit like that. Oh, that pimp, man, drugs had him looking bad. These niggas be, I just want to say that partially in his defense for niggas going around saying this shit. I don't know what he looked like, but them niggas, come on, man. He might have been popping them joints, but I don't think it was like that. But I just thought that was interesting, man, how I missed him like that. But yeah, so we back, man. Let's get back into this thing now. Back to the East is where hip hop. Speak about hip hop. Now, one thing, like I say, man, I think that if you were to look at the current state of hip hop, or well, it's dry now, but you just say over the last 5, 6, 7 years, some shit like that, or whatever. You just look at that and use that as the basis. It'd probably be almost safe to say that them niggas died in vain. Not saying they should have died at all, but I'm saying them niggas died in vain because, but not on our watch though. Cause like I said, we didn't even you know, there's always been shit going on, but in the 90s niggas, you did all this, man. These niggas, you compare the death rates within hip hop then to now. Niggas barely died. When a nigga died, it was a big thing. Now niggas getting knocked off and going to jail left and right and shit. But I said all that to say, all this bickering and beefing and niggas be doing, like, I ain't talking about rap, I'm talking about real niggas shooting and all this shit. You would think a motherfucker would be like, man, but these niggas had a stain in the same breath running around here talking about some Pac and Big. But you niggas ain't even learned from what happened with them niggas. Matters who killed them, just the temperament of the whole thing of it. I find that appalling. Like, but like I said, these little niggas, man, since we on the world tour, I would have to say the fucking, okay, so Atlanta was the big hub or whatever, right? Everybody going to Atlanta. So they did their thing. Then they tried to raise up Chicago or whatever. But see, when they did that, that was like, the purpose of that was to quickening, at least in my opinion, quicken the, they're trying to make niggas create this cult. This is what you gotta think about it. Okay, just like I was saying about gangster rap, how they put labels on it, power to define. So you come out with some shit called drill rap. Drill is military terminology. Military, government. Then you have, I seen a nigga with a rocket out there. This nigga had a rocket launcher. Like I said, I know about Cali, how he dropped the guns and shit by the train track and shit, so them niggas can go from fighting, killing and shooting and shit or whatever. That's one thing. I ain't never seen a nigga in Cali with no motherfucking rocket launcher. This nigga had a rocket launcher. Where did you get that shit from? That's the question. That's why I say that shit was. And then, so what they were trying to do was, by the killing, or the propensity for niggas to kill each other in Chicago, they were trying to make that a worldwide thing. So I said, okay, let's take these, because you said Atlanta. I'll tell you, Atlanta, whatever was going on in Atlanta, that was pretty much. I think that a lot of that comes from a lot of people coming down there from other places or whatever, including Chicago. And I know they got a big New York influx that comes down there too. Just like with Miami, I see some shit. I don't know about. I had to scrap one of the videos. So I don't know if I said this one or not, but I'll say it again. I know Brooklyn and Miami had some shit going on not too long ago, probably about a couple years ago. You know how that go. Brooklyn niggas pipe down and trying to holler shit or whatever. You wouldn't say that when I was hollering shit. Your mama was hollering shit in Bloomingdale's. It was just down there, you know. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I just look at the Brooklyn temperament, look at the Miami temperament. Brooklyn niggas probably was down there causing trouble. Them damn Brooklynites. Them fucking Yorkies. Yorkites. I like to put the Yorkite thing on the whole Yorkite shit, boy. But anyway, but I seen what they was doing, but I seen that shit when it first started, before the whole Chicago scene blew up. They was trying to, when they first started trying to capitalize off that shit. And like I say, it ain't just reserved to that era, because like I said, when I first came home, like I say, the DVD era, man, that shit opened up the door for, what happened when niggas, you know, Instagram and Twitter and all that shit came along. Then, like I said, them niggas on the DVDs, they was on some reckless shit, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Them boys was on, they was on reckless time, bro. I'm looking at this, I'm like, bro, and then you put a camera in my face. We can talk about the streets. I'm not gonna for the street, you know, fucking kilos and shit. And yeah, nigga, we got 40 bricks back here. It's popping. Like I say, I wouldn't even. One of the things what I'm trying to say is this right here. When I came home and seen what the street was, bro, on a subconscious level, I was like, I don't want no parts of this shit. If what y'all niggas doing online is the streets, count me out. I'd go do some legal shit. Fuck that. You'll go to jail fucking with these niggas. Yeah, these niggas want to put everything on tape, drop locations, we live. Yeah, nigga, I'm on my way right now. I'm gonna pop this nigga on live. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And shit be no goddamn court. Oh my God, I fucked my life up. Yeah, you did that, buddy. Oh no, Carl Argentino, don't shit till. Dumb niggas do dumb shit. I'm avidly against niggas going to jail and shit. That is not the place you want to be. But stupid is, stupid does, my nigga. For real, bro. So I'm looking at these niggas like, I'm just looking at the climate and I'm like, boy, these boys here are asking for it. They are cruising for a bruising. Am I lying? So, man, look, so, and I'll tell you a story. That shit got so crazy. A nigga died out here. I don't remember his name. It's probably better that way. This shit happened like it happened, I think like 4 years. I didn't get wind of it like 2 years ago. But I was looking, I can't even remember all the details, but I'm gonna give you as much as I can. I was looking at the shit online. It was some Houston shit though. I'm looking at this shit. Now this ain't even, like I say, this ain't even our temperament out here like that. But this shit was looking like some old, you know, these niggas that back and forth online, beef, making videos and shit, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, one of the little niggas died. I think I seen that little nigga name or something again after I watched the video, something, but I went to sleep. And then when I woke up, I woke up and I just laid there, and nigga, the TV came on by itself. But it was something else that happened in between that made me think, man, was that little nigga? Yeah, that type of shit. I was like, something happened, bro. I can't remember what it was. I should have wrote this shit. I probably did. It's probably in there somewhere. But yeah, man, this shit is a travesty, man. Like I say, you niggas is like, you niggas are like the Italian who thought he could take Abdul. And then end with that guy. you heard those stories? I tell you the story. Fucking with that Rocky. Fucking with that Rocky. He thought it was a game. When you saw Rocky, you know how the movies get niggas pumped up and shit, just like karate movies and shit. You know, you watch, you was a kid, you watch karate movies, and you go outside, and everybody was kung fu fighting, shit like that. That boy watched Rocky. When I came out excited and shit, and he was talking to another Italian, he was like, you know, you can really do that. You know, these monkeys, they walking around like they about shots and shit. They ain't shit. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. He went over there to the candy aisle, to the candy concession stand. Told the man, give me this, give me that, candy, ooh. And the nigga's gonna pay for it. So, you know, black people, we got a civilized thing about us. We back then, you know. He's like, excuse me? He was like, pay for my fucking candy. The nigga was like, oh, you just saw Rocky. He was a smart nigga. So he put things together. Oh, you just saw Rocky. Oh, man. You gonna need to get, I think your best bet is just give you a little hot rock. See? Go on, about your business. And the nigga told me, pay for my fucking candy, you muley. And nigga, next thing you know, they said all you heard was sirens and the motherfucking ambulance screaming, up, he's not gonna make it. The big nigga Abdul's got his hand wrapped around his neck with a box of choo-choo beads rubbing his ass. He's not gonna make it. You know. Because they be thinking of shit, that was an Eddie Murphy joke, but Eddie Murphy said, he say, people be in the booth and shit, oh, this is real, you know, this is real. You looking at Apollo get drove, yo, it's real. You think that's how you niggas are. You rapping this in the booth, and it is cool, but we all like to rap and use our imaginations in the rhymes and stuff. But you niggas get too, oh, this is real. You niggas like the fucking Italian, they thought you could take Abdullah. And your ass end up blocked up or shot the fuck up or whatever it is. This is real. You want to go out and make it real. And not only make it real, pull your camera on and yeah, nigga, we on out. Pop, 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 nigga phone drop. Oh, what happened? They peeled his toupee back. He didn't even have a toupee. That was real. They just looked like he had one. It blazed the front. Blazed him down the middle. Left a tire mark on that shit. Or some shit. It looked like one, a black mark. Yeah, man. That's where, you know, that's not something you should be like, well, these niggas be laughing and joking when they kill niggas and shit, so. Come on, man, you gotta look all on the serious note, man. This shit got ridiculous, bro. This shit got ridiculous. And then y'all being fueled by motherfuckers who are not even from the streets. All this internet fanfare, the average motherfucker, half of these motherfuckers is, you gotta remember, a large majority of, I don't know if I said this and it didn't make the lab, I can't remember because I made one, I had to scrap it and make another one, so I'm just reiterate just in case I didn't say it already or I did, it's in the other video, but I think it is, I think it's in the one that didn't make it, so I'm gonna say it again. Even back from NWA days, majority of motherfuckers who's buying music was white. Niggas be on some bootleg. So I'm saying niggas don't buy albums. Shit, we do too. I'm saying, you know, majority of a heavy, just a considerable amount of rap fans are white people. Or now, not even just, we don't even have people race, white people, but now just everybody. People that are not even necessarily from the streets and shit. I'm not saying they ain't been like that, but more so now than ever with internet shit. So, you niggas getting fueled and pumped up by this internet fanfare, and you listening to motherfuckers and worry about trying to impress somebody. First and foremost, keeping it gangster is not keeping it gangster is not doing gangster shit on camera. That's rule one. Like I said, I came home, I'm seeing niggas I know These niggas flashing guns and shit. I'm like, I know this nigga's a convicted felon, bro. You wildin'? You cruising for a bruising, son. You tripping. I'm like, these niggas not thinking that. But see, that's that DVD era, which was a little safer, but even that, I don't even trust that. Them niggas come to my hood. We want to see what your hood like. Hey, yo, put everything up or whatever. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing on my camera. That's just common street rules and shit. You know, but that's why I'm looking at these niggas. I'm like, that's how you know it was some type of gap between OGs and the BGs, the young niggas or whatever. Because especially in Chicago, I have to say that much. Because when you look at the way these niggas was moving, it's like, damn, ain't nobody out there grabbing these niggas saying, hey, bro, that ain't the way, bro. That ain't the way. You niggas is too reckless, bro. You moving wild. There ain't nobody grabbing these niggas. See, when I was coming up, bro, it was just regular. It was hip hop. Niggas, you know, you would hear you could get all this shit is like New York Times or the Post or whatever, hip hop. Listen to hip hop in certain areas, you find out the time that was going on within the life and time of those people there or whatever. So when I was coming up, it was still a hip hop thing. So it was like, you know, Twister, Do or Die, like I say, Psychodrama. I never heard them on the album, but I heard them on Lost. But by Ball and G, by Ball, but A Ball, classic album. That you nigga, that's why I don't do fuck. I don't give a fuck about a nigga top 10 list. For one, is all opinion. Two, I see all these lists I see, I don't never see niggas. There's a lot of niggas I be like, he ain't no like them niggas Ball and G, Pun. I be looking at that like, this you mean to this nigga now? He's not on none of y'all niggas shit. And I'm talking about New York niggas and shit. And you would expect at least somebody from New York. I understand, okay, the rest of the world, whatever. But they come to New York, I'm like, bro, you mean I'm saying all these New York lists, ain't nobody saying Pun? He gets up there with Pac and Big in them niggas. Shit, him and Biggie, you know, since niggas be talking that lyrical shit, but him and Biggie was like, I always wondered what that, like, I'll be thinking sometimes, like, now I wonder what them niggas, I never had a battle shit if Big they would have stayed alive. It looked like I could have went that way. You know, I ain't talking about no beef. I'm talking about the fucking rap battle. Them niggas, that nigga, man, look, bro. But I'm like, bro, ain't nobody, none. That's why I said, niggas, you know, that's why that top 10, especially the magazine, they definitely don't get it. So I don't even fuck that. That's why people make a big deal out of it. But they ain't have, did you see the new top 10 hip hop list from such and such? This is disgusting. Like, you should expect it to be. These are not people, no real niggas writing about no fucking hip hop. This ain't the Source and shit. At least the Source has some real hip hop guys in there. These other people, you don't know who the fuck they are. I seen them. It was some shit that came out not too long ago. But it was, they showed the people who did they showed the top 10 list of that magazine, and they showed the people who made the list or some shit. Something I seen online. I'm looking at these people, I don't know, they don't look like they have a clue. They don't look like they have a clue. This is why these lists be looking crazy. Every list gonna look crazy to somebody because everybody has a different taste. I understand that, but I be like, it be some niggas like Chub Rock. I'm like, this is more like I say, New York niggas. At least New York niggas. Somebody, don't nobody get. Come on, man. You Chub Rock, bro. You don't. There's nobody. This nigga. You get all these stories about this one and that one and. This nigga never comes up. I'm like, bro, you know how dope this nigga was, bro? Biggie got that I said when I told, look, I promise you, with my partner, that nigga said, bro, what old school rapper Biggie got some of his style from? Nigga, I thought for about 3 seconds, maybe 4. The first thing that came to mind was Chub Rock. And when I said it, I knew this what that nigga was thinking because of the way he responded. I said, Chub Rock. Like I read his mind. Man, bro, it went crazy. I was like, yeah. You know, Biggie had a lot of different stuff. That's why I say it ain't about. There's a difference between biting a nigga shit and then incorporating different styles inside of your shit. But you have to know how to merge that shit, though. You can't just come. You don't want to just come out sounding like I heard a nigga the other day. I thought it was one nigga. Wasn't him. I just knew it was the other nigga. I ain't gonna say no name. I'm gonna put nobody's shit up if I ain't come to that. But I'm saying, I heard the nigga, and I heard another nigga. I mean, I heard the nigga. I saw that such and such. You know, man. Shazam that shit. And it wasn't that nigga. I said, oh, this nigga, this. I already knew where this was the era where everybody was sounding like, but this was the perfect example. I was like, this nigga sounds just like the other nigga. Like, this is ridiculous. I could even see if you put a little other nigga style in you know, you just come straight out this time. I thought it was the other nigga. I just knew it was the other nigga. I said, yeah, this shit done got crazy. So yeah, man. But yeah, man. I just found it interesting though, man. They did something happened, bro, because the way them little niggas was, I was like, man, you niggas just asking to go to jail. Who does that? Like, we really got to see just how far gone the fucking internet can take people. If you really just pay attention to what the fuck been going on, these niggas is trucked up. Like, and you trying to impress people who ain't even from the streets. They're not gonna put them in your book, bro. You think people put you behind that wall? They not saying you know. You think he was a rodder and all so dumb shit. Talk about you and shit. Well, these niggas wouldn't dare do. You got niggas trying to pump you up and do shit that they wouldn't dare do. They probably never seen a fucking liquor store in the corner. Yeah, man. So yeah, bro. But to go back to what I was talking about yesterday, man, with that and it's a jewel in here. I'm gonna hold it though. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give y'all time to see if y'all catch it. You know, I like to help niggas build their critical thinking skills. So I ain't gonna just tell you. But later on down the line, I'm gonna say something that refers to this one right here. I don't know, I might wear this again just to indicate we're going back to that level when I come back. But I'm gonna see if you can just put it together on your own. But yeah, man. What was I at? I think it was some more stuff I had more to read. Yeah, man. Y'all niggas gotta go back to you niggas need to go. Y'all niggas, you niggas lack imagination, man. Like I said, once you start, well, that's what I wanted to say because see, it's funny now. The Abdul shit is like I said, Eddie Murphy joke. You better go watch Raw and see it. But the reason I used that little joke there was because when I first started speaking and I said this shit, I wasn't even thinking about Raw when I said this shit. Now I may have brought up Raw later on in that. I think I did bring up Raw in that video, but I wasn't when I said what I said was, you niggas believe in this shit. That's what it was. I said you niggas believe in this shit. Now what I'm saying is, when I'm saying you believe in it, I'm not saying that there should be no authenticity to your shit or whatever. But it's more shit to rap about in the streets. If you're not from the streets or you don't have no street element about you, you don't have to find something else to rap about. There's a whole lot of shit. Where I come from, we had a whole lot of shit that wouldn't be considered street, but you can still listen to shit and then rap. So, what this shit is basically came to is, to me, the way it is the lack of skill. It's so much of a lack of skill. You trying to not only like replacing the lack of skills with the money thing. Cause like I said, when I was locked up, man, even when I was locked up, that's when I got to meet more people, get more people's opinions on music and shit outside of my own little circle that I was running with in the free world. So, is countless amount of times I've been, we have been in rap debates like this nigga hit a lot. Such such better than such. I mean, you got me fucked up. Ooh, well, this nigga, I mean, like, man, that nigga can't fuck with that boy. There's just two different rappers. And nigga like, oh man, but this nigga, well shit, nigga trying to say shit like, well, this, shit, he got more money than him. Well, his album is 5 times platinum. He don't even have a platinum album. It's like that shit don't mean nothing. We talking about a skill set, bro. See, you forgot. You niggas lost the skill set, the art of rapping. That's like these girls today, bro. Y'all need to listen to MC Light. You need to get some of that shit in your life. Y'all need to go back and listen to those type of artists. So you can rap without alienating men. Now, to be fair about it, well, not these days, y'all. Anyway, but to be fair about it, maybe we've been, well, I say in the late 80s, early 90s, whatever, but it's always been a female element there. But I think like in the 90s when it got just gangster, I think that kind of alienated women to a certain degree. Because you had, like I said, when I was growing up, at least down here, women were more so, they leaned more towards R&B than rap. It was still kind of a odd thing to see a girl rapping lyrics to a song. Usually the girls would be on some R&B shit or whatever. Not saying all girls listen to hip hop. I'm just saying that's the way I remember it, or how it felt to me when I was growing up. It was like niggas was rap, but you had women in it too. But it was like, and I'm just talking about my own personal domain because, like, generally speaking, they got a whole lot of female MCs who've been rapping and shit. But the female MCs back then, they know how to rap and include girl shit in their raps, but still stick to the art of the shit. So when you stick to the art of it, you don't alienate. See, now this shit is, mind you, when the female explosion took off recently, I'm a supporter of that shit. Now it's to the point where it's like, listening to these girls make me feel like I'm playing with Barbie dolls. I don't play with Barbie dolls. But, and I ain't talking about Nicki either, because that's the cold part about this shit. Nicki is not that. She's not what I'm talking about. She know how to rap. She know how to rap and put her girly shit in there, but still keep that skill set artistry thing there to where everybody can relate to this shit. I can't sit here and listen to a bitch talk about how good she look all day, especially if it's like you keep stating, my ass so fat, my eyelashes, and so I'm like, I'm trying to give you a chance, but I can't relate to this shit. I'm a man. You gotta have some wittiness to this. You gotta be some raw digger type shit in you too, or some fucking, shit. Hella B or some shit. You gotta have that element. You gotta have that's what brings everybody in. When you can, first and foremost, to fix this shit, rapping about actually that braggadocious thing has to come back. But braggadocious about rap still, not no fucking money in a bit and this bullshit. Not saying you can't rap about that shit, but when cause all they're doing is telling the truth. They said it will be intruders who cause luxury. Give me 1 second. They said it will be intruders who cause luxury. And that's why you have niggas who say shit like, well, this one's better than this one because he went platinum and he never went platinum. That's industrialized shit. You look at this shit from the standpoint of suits. Now, ain't nothing wrong with suits occasionally. But when we think of suits, goddamn well, you in the hood, and they'll come and say you in the hood, 3 white boys come around the corner with suits on and shit. You look at them motherfuckers like, you damn near finna take off running and shit. Because we don't, but because we have grown, and even the suit shit comes from us, don't get me twisted. The suit coat thing, shit, that shit comes from the Moors. But, even when you see niggas when you see niggas at like wedding receptions and shit, after they come, motherfuckers be dancing and shit, they how they, cause like I say, I'm not into suits. Now if I gotta go to do some type of formal event, that's one thing. But even then, I'm more so of a, bottoms, black pants, fly pair, dress shoes, white long sleeve, bow tie. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really with the suit coat shit like that. But you can beat that shit look fly too. I'm not saying that. But that suit shit is like, it's rigid. That's, it's like, that's why I'm saying it, because as I come from a time where you have the artists who's usually like rock, punk rockers and rock and roll and rap, that is rebel music. We forgot that though. But that's rebel music. That's why you see punk rockers and shit. They not, niggas be with totally t-shirts and faded shirts and shit. The grunge look. They trying to show you this is the downtrodden, the music of the downtrodden. So when you think of the suits, these was always, the people in the suits was always the executives and the label heads who wasn't artists but had to have some type of input on the artist's music. That's why it always was a clash. You want to be artistic, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about, not all of them, not saying just because you wear a suit, you don't give, because you had a lot of niggas that started putting on suits and shit that really gave a fuck, had to blend in with the industrial aspect of this shit. But they're less of an artistic mind than the actual artist. So the artist is trying to do something from his heart. They're trying to do something that's going to be financially or commercially. That's why we used to say, oh, the commercial rappers come. Now, is there something wrong with doing a commercial? Now, it's still, no. It just depends on what you're promoting. So if you use your music, and then but with the commercial thing, one of the reasons why we was big on not fucking with commercial or getting too commercial with rapping and shit, because a lot of corporations that like most of these corporations are built off of money that was obtained by exploiting people in general, but black. Some of this shit, I'm willing to bet you probably trace some of these fucking big parent labels back to slave money and shit, or whatever. So a lot of times when you get to get in bed with these companies, and at this point, it still matters, but at this point, shit, man. I'm just really saying this in retrospect. At this point, it's more so about what you choose to fuck with and what they. But because all this shit is just being a part of the fucking music industry, you're somehow tied to some shit that's probably obtained through some nefarious means. So I'm not telling you. I'm telling you to be mindful of what you choose to endorse via your fame or whatever. At this point, what we basically meant when we said commercial MCs back in the game, we basically saying, we basically with an attack on the thought form that we was attacking is basically the norm today. But once you start compromising the art of it for financial gain, and everything's about compromise. Sometimes you have to give and take or whatever. But really, that's where the shit went wrong at, because it became more about money and who had the most money and who had the most jewelry and then it played over into who's fucking who's bitch and he fucked his girl and all this shit, and the skill level is not necessarily there. And then you just start having straight up, some of these niggas straight up plants in the game, like it got to the point where I think they said, well, you know what, why get a real nigga from the ghetto who has that natural ghetto instinct to rebel? So we know we might, or look at Prince, You gotta look at this how these people look at this shit. And I'm denying you because I don't want you going out and looking at every rock you see today as a plant. But I'm saying, just pay attention to these niggas, man. And how they move. And if you black, look at the check. Pay attention to the niggas who aren't black all the way. Who don't never really. And you ain't necessarily have to, like I said, you don't have to be like Pac and be all political with your raps and shit. Like I say, because I come from here where everybody didn't do that either. There's some niggas I like that didn't do that, but you knew by the temperament. They either said something in their rhymes at least one or two times, or spoke something about vocally just speaking, or something about them where you knew what side of the line they stood on when it came to the oppression of black people. These niggas today are like, some of these niggas, you got niggas that speak to, and you got some niggas that don't say nothing. Niggas that don't say nothing, you can't even say, man, that was fucked up, or that was just a thing, bro. Especially now, like back in the game, you had to catch niggas in magazines or interviews and shit on, Video Soul or some shit or whatever. But now everybody got phones. You can make a post and say your own shit. Them niggas that's big, the biggest names and shit, who ain't got nothing to say about this shit we've been going through, especially right as of late, which we've been living thick of this shit. I've heard niggas say, why do you feel about Mike Brown? We don't want to talk about that. We talking about getting money. Nigga, talking about getting money and fly. We ain't worried about that. Hold up, bro. You're black and you don't worry about that? Come on, bro. And it ain't everybody, and maybe some niggas just too stupid to know what to say. So maybe it was just dumb enough, maybe you're smart enough to know I'm too dumb to speak on that. So, but it just, at least I'm sorry, it was fucked up. Condolences to the family. Anything. Niggas is down saying this shit that took niggas over, bro. I think that the shit went too far, man. Once that conspicuous consumption, right? And that was another thing I wanted to speak about. Platinum and gold. Who the fuck, niggas ain't even, silver's the official, silver was somebody of the moon or whatever. But we thought like it was gold and silver, right? All of a sudden some shit come out of, not platinum is an actual element if I'm not mistaken. But all of a sudden, these niggas come out and tell y'all we got some new shit, platinum's chains. And they're $1 million a piece. Who the fuck told you that platinum was worth more than gold? For one, gold is you niggas don't know nothing about it. Gold is symbolic of the sun, first and foremost. Platinum and silver, all that shit is pretty much the same to me. They both look the same. Silver is symbolic of the moon. The moon reflects the light of the sun, right? There's its own light too, but it's the amount of light it takes to illuminate the earth during the darkness so we can get a little bit like the sea walking around the motherfucker comes from the sun, right? How the fuck? This how they just tell you anything. Yeah, we got some new shit called platinum, put a rapper in it, let him promote it. And also, damn shit, Richie Millie's. Who the fuck is Richard Miller? Man, come on, man. Y'all don't even know. All they gotta do is get one of these rap niggas to promote it. And you be wearing this shit, Tom Ford and all this shit. And you who the fuck all these people? What am I at? Fuck these niggas. Yeah. So, I'm looking at this shit like, who's power to define? See, really, what makes something worth what makes something the when you come to jury, the only way I can see you can, the best way I think that you can, this shit comes from the earth. I'm quite sure it's on the front of the mountain and shit. So the best, way I can put it is, you probably have to determine the worth of something like jewelry or some or excuse me, or something like that based off of fucking uh you got to base the worth of that off of how abundant it is or how rare it is and what it takes to get that actual mineral or whatever. I was itching and shit. But uh, you'd have to actually bet or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is these people can tell you anything, bro. Oh, this chain is worth this and that and this and that and it's the and all right, $50 million. I'm a gold digger personally. That platinum shit ain't really good. But you ever thought about that? You ever question your own jewelry, son? You just never know if this shit is really worth what you're paying. Why? Because they power to define shit. They define the you let them define how much it's worth. They probably someone laughing at this nigga. This shit is, in Africa they probably trip over this shit. It's on the ground. This shit is probably, wherever the fuck you get it from, it's probably just laying around and shit. It's all shit. It's of the earth. Yeah, man, you ever thought about that? Sometimes you have to fucking with them goddamn jewelry. Like, you never know. You ever know there ain't really no black jewelers? You get this shit from everybody but a nigga. I've never seen one. Let me think. Every time I hear this Jacob and all these type of niggas and shit, but you never hear a fucking a nigga jeweler. The reason for that. See, that's that Berlin Conference shit. See, Berlin Conference is when they all the different nations came together and divided Africa up. They were picking which part of it. So it was like, okay, China's gonna get this part of Africa, Europe's gonna get this part, divvying all that shit up. Niggas wasn't included. Just put it like that. They took a continent, the whole world was like, but they turned a continent known or blackness or whatever, and split them up for because they got all the fucking resources over there. But that's why you got jewelers from all these different races, but you don't really see no nigga jewelers. And maybe it is few and far in between. So that's just something I niggas might want to think about. But yeah, man. Let me see something, bro. I think it's something I want to speak on out of this right here. But yeah, man. Yeah, I think that about hits it on the head right there with this session right here. But something else I want to. I think it is something else in here. Let me see. We got a few. I know now. Yeah. Man, it was something else I wanted to say, man. That's what I want to speak on too. Go back to the Jewish thing. There never was no fucking Jews in slavery in Egypt. I already showed you what coming out of Egypt was. Like I said, we'll go over one more time. The land of bondage. It's the physical, or a state of mind that is dominated solely with physical. You don't have no spiritual aspect. You come out of Egypt when you come out of the thinking that the solely when you're thinking becomes more than just solely physical about physical things. When you start thinking about higher ideas. But like I say, this is Egypt right here. When all these go up, sun come back down, boom. This goes up. Those little sparks of light are the souls of man. So when the last one is the root chakra red. That's why it's called the mother blood. When this goes up here, and then this part right here finally reaches right here, when it bursts off, and even though it's the last, the root chakra is the last to burst off. When it bursts off and comes from the bottom, it comes all the way here, but it passes through each one of these and then lands right here. So the root chakra, I say the root chakra is always the furthest from the center. So, but when it bursts off, along with the rest of them, with the little dots, the little gold flecks or the footprints of Buddha that are on this on these right, on each one of these melanin clusters, when they go through the sun, that's why I say you have to be forged in fire. When they come through the sun, all those little specks are souls. So when they come up here and they splash down, they land, the soul of the person lands inside of whatever physical incarnation it is assigned to what it's supposed to. Because you got the physical bodies. It's the creation process. You got the physical bodies on a certain. Once this goes up, then it comes back. It's like a baking process. When all the light is going up, it's molding the melanin up here into everything that's going to come in, that's going to be. So it's wet, the water and shit, then it comes up. And then what you got to do after that, when you're baking something or whatever, like you take a potter's class or whatever, you come back down, and when the fire come right here, it bakes it. So that's a part of the baking the physical. Then when this goes up, everything that the physical body needs from this right here. So each one, so say you got a body up here, and waiting to be created and brought to life. The chakra to that body is going to be everything that chakra needs, that body has. Every chakra that body has, but everything that each one of those chakras inside of that body needs is going to come from each one of these exploding coming down or whatever. And the highest part of this, or the spiritual part of this, is going to go into the orbit and create the planets or whatever, which will be these. But though out of Egypt I will call my sons, out of Egypt I will call my souls. So each one of these goes up, and the soul, the little flecks of light on each one of these represent a soul, and they each go into whatever body it's going to go into. And then things come to life once the earth goes into its proper place in its orbit or whatever. That's the coming out of Egypt. Not no bond. There wasn't no fucking Hebrew. So you can stop saying this shit. I was working like a Hebrew slave. Was never no fucking Hebrew slave working. That's bullshit. That was eschatology, which is something, prophecy basically. The real bondage was the niggas in America and our slave trade and our oppression, just generally speaking. So, yeah, you can cut that shit out. But people really think that shit existed. Oh, the Hebrews, look. I ain't got enough time. But niggas really think that it was, that's a part of the studio legacy. So they was doing all that thinking when the last days come. I mean, we don't say the last days, that's bullshit. But when the apocalypse comes, or close to the apocalypse, or in between time, they can trick you into believing they are some type of chosen people. That's like, or they can trick you into believing they some kind of chosen people via the Judaism spiritual system, whatever. Somebody say, oh, we was in slavery, we was in bondage by the Pharaoh. Pharaoh means great house. When it says, Pharaoh, let my people go, Pharaoh represents the solar plex chakra. So the solar plex chakra will be, it's the root, this the sacral, this will be the solar plex, and the heart will be above that. Pharaoh is the solar plex chakra. So Moses trying to get him to free the people will basically be Moses in the solar plex chakra, right? Saying let my people go or let my people pass. But what they say, God kept hardening the heart of Moses. So this is the solar plex, right? This is the heart, where the heart chakra resides at, right? This part here kept hardening, so they couldn't get through that. That is a metaphor for saying trying to get cross over to the heart, which is the crossway or the gateway, and pass on over. But they say they kept hardening the heart of the Pharaoh, or they kept making the Pharaoh's heart hard. So the people represent the Kundalini energy. The Pharaoh represents the solar plex, where they're trapped at, and the heart of the hardening of the heart represents the state of the heart going into a state where you can't pass through it, but you have to cross over that to get up here and start thinking spiritual. So that's why they say he kept hardening the heart, because it basically was trying to say, if you think of that as a person, it basically be saying, you are a Pharaoh, but you can't get to where you need to go, or your body is the Pharaoh, because it means great house, your body is the house of the soul. So it's saying, it's speaking about a person who can't quell their ego so that their heart can lighten up and they can pass through. That's what the hardening of the heart, the heart of the heart through the ego, the ego being egomaniac or egotistical is hardening the heart of that Pharaoh, therefore, or that person, therefore, they can't cross over to the other side where the spiritual shit resides at. That's what that shit means. Not no goddamn Hebrew. So Hebrew slaves, I'm gonna beat you like a Hebrew slave. You know, so I be saying shit, and this shit, a Hebrew slave. You know, such thing as no fucking Hebrew slaves. Them people came in, the people that got, you do have a time in there where the people got ran out of, they got ran out of Kemet, but this wasn't no, we were slaves trying to get free. No, they were motherfuckers trying to stay and conquer and got ran out. It wasn't no, please just let us go. It was no, the motherfuckers that had took over, and then we had got the rings back and ran them motherfuckers out of there. And they do have a connection with the people, those people that got ran out are connected to the people today that we call, that call themselves Jews but are not Jews. There's a connection there. That's about as good as that connection get, but they got ran out because they were conquerors in the first place. And some of their people, this the Caucasian ones, it was really a mixed thing, but that's why after them came the Ptolemies, which was basically white pharaohs and so white kings when they took over Egypt or whatever. But even some of those people were down with, because the people that was running them out was trying to get the culture back to what the original shit was, the original Kemetic culture or whatever. And even some of the people that was more so on, who was like Caucasian or of the new regime or the shit that was taking over, even some of them stayed and fought with us and want to stay because they understood we knew the culture building. Like I say, once you start seeing past the color thing, you can really understand shit. But even some of them stayed and fought to run them motherfuckers, the evil motherfuckers out, or motherfuckers that was trying to, it's all reversed. They were really the fucking slaves, or conquerors who were trying to change shit, because they didn't have no knowledge of self or knowledge of they babies and shit compared to us. So let that sit with you, man, and I'll be back. Let them know that you're in this shit. All right, peace.